Susan Lassiter Lyons, the Madam of Money. You, my friend, have a super sexy mobile keyword tip that I'd like you to share with the world, or at least our world.
Okay. I will absolutely do that. Hi, JP.
Hi.
I am so excited about this mobile keyword technology. Okay. For those of you that are investing in real estate, if you haven't yet embraced mobile technology, what the heck are you waiting for? And there are a couple of ways that you can embrace it. Number one, with QR codes, those funny little black and white kind of, they look like mazes, little black and white designs that people can take a picture of or scan with their smartphones, and then it'll bring up information about something. Real estate agents have really embraced this. You'll find those QR codes on their pamphlets. You'll find them on their for sale signs. Landlords have embraced this. They've put those QR codes on their for rent signs, so that people who are coming by, instead of having to keep that little brochure, thing stocked out in front of the property that, really the neighbors are just stealing all those brochures anyway. They can just drive by, take a picture of that QR code with their phone, and they can learn all sorts of stuff about your property. They can see the pictures online. They can look up, demographic information, information about the neighborhood, lots and lots of different things. So QR codes are fantastic. Like 100 different uses for QR codes. But QR codes is not what I'm going to be talking to you about today. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about something even sexier. Now, JP refers to me as the Madam of Money, and yes, I am. And as the Madam of Money, I network a lot. I go to the Real Estate Investor Association meetings. I'm out networking all the time. And one of the things that we need to do as real estate investors, whether we're building our buyers lists or whether we're building our potential private money partner lists, is just that we need to build lists of people that we can chat with about our opportunities, lists of people that we can chat with about the deals that we want to flip to them. JP, wouldn't you agree that as a real estate investor, your lists are one of your most important assets?
Absolutely. And being able to communicate with those lists would be second to that.
Exactly. All right, now here's the super sexy tip. There is a service. The service that I use is called Call Loop, callloop.com, where this is essentially an autoresponder for text messages. Now, you've all opted in to email lists before. You've gone online and it said, hey, get this great thing, just put your name and your email address in here. And then the great thing comes via email and it comes automatically, right? That's an autoresponder service that's managing that. And all those messages that are being sent to you, somebody has already written those probably a long time ago and already uploaded those to that autoresponder, so they go out to you automatically. Now, this technology has been transferred to text messages, okay? Have you ever seen those advertisements where they say, hey, want more information about this? Just text coupon to 12345 and we'll automatically text you the coupon. Have you ever seen anything like that, JP?
Yeah, I sure have.
Okay, that happened to me one time. I was at Bed Bath and Beyond, right? You know how Bed Bath and Beyond always sends out those giant blue postcards saying 20% off like every day? And like normally I always have 50 of those blue coupons, but unless I happen to go to Bed Bath and Beyond, and then I have none of them with me. So I was at Bed Bath and Beyond one day and I was like, darn, I forgot to bring my 20% off coupon. Can you still give me the discount? And they said, no, but if you text like coupon to 12345 or whatever the number was, then they'll send you a text version of that coupon that you can redeem at checkout. So I did that.
Sneaky.
Right? I got the text message. I showed it to him at checkout. I got my 20% discount. Okay. Now I hope
And
you're
they got your phone number.
they got my phone number, right? And now they text me those coupons regularly. Okay. And so now I don't have to remember to put those big giant blue postcards in my car, right? Or in my purse. I don't want them in my purse, filling up my purse. I just would like to have it in my phone, right? How easy is that? Okay. Now I have a feeling some light bulbs are going off, but I want to walk you all the way through this. Okay. Let's say that you are a wholesaler and you want to build your buyers list in your area. What do? Typically, if you're a wholesaler, you go to your Real Estate Investors Association meeting and you network like heck and you try to meet the buyers and you get as many business cards as you can. And if you're a great networker, maybe you can get 10 or 15 business cards in the course of one evening in a meeting. And then what can you do? Well, maybe your Real Estate Investors Association gives you the opportunity to go up on stage and present your deal if you have a deal. And so usually what guys do, they'll go up and say, hey, I've got a deal at 1234 Main Street. The purchase price is $100,000. The ARV is $200,000. I think it needs about $20,000 in repairs. I have some flyers. If you want more information, meet me in the back, right? And then that's the pitch. What if you, instead of walking up on stage with your flyers and only getting to talk to about 10 or 15 people, went up on stage and said, hey, I have a great deal at 1234 Main Street. Its purchase price is $100,000. ARV is $200,000. Needs about $20,000 in repairs. If you want to see the property package, text deal to 12345 and I'll send you the link to download it.
Oh, that's great. I can tell you right now, every time I have been at my RIA group and pitched a deal, it's always been the opposite of that. And I've always been like, oh, I know there's people interested, but they just didn't write it down fast enough, or they're going to forget to come follow up with me. There are not going to be any flyers left. Problem after problem with that scenario that this immediately solves.
Boom!
I love it.
So what do you have? You have an instant list, but not just any list, JP, because let's go back to our email example. Okay, when you opt into someone's email list and that autoresponder sends you those emails, did you know that studies prove, okay, statistically, the open rates for email today is 15% or less, which means that only 15% of the people that you email to are actually opening that email. Guess what the open rates are for text messages?
It's got to be 95, 100%.
I mean, have you ever gotten a text message and never looked at it?
No, I mean, I'll look at it. Even if I know what it says, I don't want it to show up as new in my text messages anymore, so I'll open it up just to clear it out.
Exactly. Okay. Text messages have such a high open rate and such a high engagement rate that, oh my gosh, it beats email hands down. All things being equal, if you said, Susan, I have two lists. The first list is an email list. The second list is a cell phone number list. I bet you know which one I'm going to choose 100 times out of 100.
Well, and, really, ultimately, this is the new email, as email was back in the 90s. Email was new. Email was fresh. Every time you got an email, you opened up that email and you wanted to devour whatever was in it. But we've conditioned ourselves over time and been so overwhelmed with the tsunami of spam and just content in our inboxes in general that has changed so dramatically. Right now, text message is still basically the Wild West. And it's kind of like, I guess, I know I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, but you're providing a tip that gives us a way to tap into something while it's still in its infancy and still has so much of a response rate and just a mind share in the person's mind who's getting the text message.
Absolutely. Yeah. And in that text message, you can send them anything. What I like to do is I'll create a really nice little online property brochure, pictures of the property, my analysis of the property, whatever you want to put in there, and include a link to that. So then they just link to it. Boom, they can download it on their phone, download it to the computer, save it for later, whatever. But, you get to provide an awful lot more information than you could just provide in an email. So it's a fantastic tip. I encourage you guys to please use this and take advantage of this and build your text list.
So specifically to take action on this, callloop.com was the resource that you use to deploy this tactic. Yep, that's the one that I use.
Yeah, and you rent these mobile keywords. It's like maybe $20 a month. I honestly don't know the monthly price because I got in kind of on a beta, so they gave me a special deal. But I got 2 mobile keywords, and listen to how great these are. I got Susan and I got money. So can you imagine how awesome it is if I'm, talking about, hey, and I'm with some people that I know. Okay, again, you don't want to do this in a group with people that you don't know because the SEC says it's not allowed. But if you want more information on my program, all you have to do is text money to 12345. Who's not going to text money to that number? My goodness, how sexy is that?
Wow. Yeah, that's sharp.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much.
You betcha.